Yo, chat, it is Dan VR with the new Heretics armor that came with week 2 of Holotide. I'm sure a lot of people have seen the soul rip mode that it grants, and they want to be able to use it themselves. Honestly, just use it for its good stats. I mean, it's got 35 physical resist, 35 elemental resistance. Of course, it does require the Nightbringer enchant stone. Now, the only way to get this is via direct drop from either Parliament or the Prime Sharko. Those, of course, exist inside the Gaunt Man's trial. This is a little trial room in the depths, and unfortunately, if you lose, you do wipe the build. There are a handful of guides out there. I think they're generally... They tell you what to expect, but they don't tell you, like, wow, how you can maximize your chances of winning. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown of, like, what you can equip for the build, what you can expect, and some strategies you can use. The first thing you want to do is genuinely prepare. It is incredibly difficult. If these mobs get any combo off on you, you're as good as dead. So you want to have as much resistance as possible. Both the Prime Sharko and Parliament, the Boss Owl, deal shadow damage. Because of that, we are going to load up on our shadow resistances. The first thing you're going to wear, of course, is the Black Diver armor, as that gives solid shadow resistance. You're going to also get a Blood Feather Mask. That's going to give you some extra shadow resistance. Top it off with one of the new Holotide necktie equipments. That's going to give you, I think, 3% shadow resistance as well as 10 health. In total, you are going to get to about 51% shadow resistance with Black Diver, the new necktie from Holotide, and then the Blood Feather Mask. This will just make you generally tankier as you go in to do the trial, make it a little easier, and it just lets you tank more hits than you otherwise would. For the bell, I'm going to recommend Physical Sacred Field. Payback, it's so hit or miss. A lot of the times, because of how quick the mobs are moving, you'll maybe use Payback, you'll get hit once, and then they'll go into a different sequence, and you immediately lose more health than you gain back. Just Sacred Field is much, much more consistent. I think it's ultimately the better choice of the two. Naturally, as anyone could guess, you are going to want to go Providence Thorns. Now, the part where people mess up is that they parry and then try to go for an M1. I do not want you to M1 a single time in this trial. Let Providence Thorns do all the heavy lifting for you. You're going to be shocked at how squishy these bosses actually are. If you fully parry the feather attack from the owl, it's going to do about a bar of damage from Providence Thorns. Don't swing because of how quick the moves from the bosses are. What happens is you'll parry, swing, and they've already started their next animation, and you get hit for free. Of course, when every hit they do is taking a bar, that's going to be disastrous. Just parry bot, come with Sacred Field, come with your shadow armor. You're going to be smooth sailing. You can look up any other guide, specifically I would recommend from Agamatsu, about the actual timings of the monsters. The simplest ones, the owl's burst mode, it's going to move its hands twice. When you fully see its hands disappear into its armpits, that's when you roll. Prime Sharko, with its head, when it goes for the Sero beam, when it tilts its head downward is when it will actually fire. Those are the only two timings you really have to be concerned about. If you need any example of it, again, just watch the guide from Agamatsu. He's going to have better footage than me because, well, he made it. So he was able to actually get much clearer footage and show you guys exactly how those attacks will come out.